When you think of World War II, images of tanks, aircraft, and endless rows of trucks come to mind. What's often overlooked is the unglamorous but absolutely critical work that kept all of this machinery running field repairs. Soldiers in the middle of Europe, North Africa, and the Pacific faced brutal conditions: mud, sand, rain, freezing temperatures, and their vehicles, weapons, and essential gear were constantly breaking down. Supplies were limited, and replacement parts were often days or weeks away. To survive, units carried a modest but incredibly versatile tool set known today as the secret World War II repair kit. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't high-tech, but it worked everywhere, on almost anything, and saved countless lives by keeping soldiers mobile and functional when failure could mean disaster. For the first minute, consider the stakes. A jeep stuck in mud, a rifle jammed during combat, or a radio that stopped working could change the outcome of an entire operation. Soldiers couldn't wait for specialized technicians or factory replacement parts. They needed something that could be carried, adapted, and applied immediately. This kit was designed for improvisation, combining simple tools, mechanical ingenuity, and common materials to fix almost everything under field conditions. And the lessons it provides today aren't just historical, they're practical. Any prepper, bushcrafter, or survivalist can adapt the principles of this kit for modern emergencies, urban survival, or extended camping trips. During World War II, soldiers really leaned on versatility rather than specialization in their repair kits. The true brilliance of the World War II field repair kit wasn't about having one perfect tool for each problem. Nope, it was all about carrying a few items that could tackle dozens of issues. Soldiers had these wrenches that doubled as levers, pliers that could cut, twist, or grip, and let's not forget those multi-use hammers. Inside the kit, you'd find small vials of oil, some wire nails, and even chewing gum. This combo was a lifesaver, letting them patch hoses, tighten up loose fittings, and jury-rig broken equipment in just minutes. And today, the same principle still holds true. When you're putting together your own survival repair kit, it's smart to focus on items that have multiple uses. A sturdy multi-tool or a small set of pliers can really come in handy in dozens of scenarios, from cutting cordage to straightening bent metal. A spool of wire or even some zip ties can act as clamps, hooks, or just temporary fasteners if you need them to. The key takeaway here is adaptability. Honestly, the tools themselves are less important than your ability to apply them creatively. One of the most important lessons from World War II field repair kits was knowing the difference between a temporary fix and a permanent one. Soldiers often used things like leather straps, rope, or even cloth to hold machinery together until a proper workshop could repair it. They wrapped leaks, replaced missing pins with nails or screws, and stabilized fragile components using padding materials like cloth or rubber. These fixes weren't exactly elegant, but, well, they worked. For modern survivalists or preppers, this really translates into thinking in terms of stopgap solutions. If your camping stove leaks fuel, a small patch of aluminum foil combined with a wire twist can hold it long enough to cook your meals. If a backpack strap tears, string or paracord can keep it functional until you can replace it. The frontier mindset is about preventing total failure through practical temporary solutions that give you time and safety. A remarkable aspect of World War II repair ingenuity was the ability to transform everyday materials into functional components. Tin cans became funnels or clamps, belts were cut to create gaskets, and broken wood became levers or splints. You know, soldiers understood that in the field nothing was truly junk if it could serve a purpose. These days, preppers can replicate this approach by training themselves to see materials differently. For example, aluminum foil can insulate wiring, duct tape can hold a broken hinge, and old rubber from boots can seal a leak. Practicing this mindset it improves improvisation skills and makes sure that even limited resources can become life-saving solutions. You know, it wasn't enough to just carry tools. They had to be organized for rapid use. Back in World War II, soldiers packed their kits so that every single item had a clear place and could be grabbed instantly. Pouches, small boxes or canvas rolls were used, with items arranged by how often they'd be needed. In combat or field operations, this organization really meant the difference between fixing a weapon in seconds or, well, watching it jam at the worst possible moment. Modern survivalists should, apply this principle rigorously. Store essential repair items in labelled compartments, make small kits for specific purposes, one for clothing and gear, another for electronics, and one for cooking tools, and keep them all compact. You know, speed and accessibility are just as critical today as they were on the battlefield. The enduring lesson is that repair is as much about skill and mindset as tools. During World War II, repair kits worked because soldiers were trained to use them creatively, stay calm under pressure and improvise with limited resources. It wasn't the kit itself that solved problems. It was really the combination of preparation, observation and ingenuity. That mindset is honestly the real takeaway for anyone interested in preparedness or bushcraft. Tools alone won't save you. Knowing how to apply them in the moment will. Whether you're fixing a tent pole, mending a water container, or maintaining a small vehicle during a long hike, the principles behind the World War II repair kit still apply. Focus on versatility, temporary fixes, improvisation, and organization. Practice creative problem-solving with whatever materials you have on hand, and your own field repair kit will become a cornerstone of survival and self-reliance. If you found this guide valuable and want more historically grounded, practical survival insights, make sure you subscribe to Backyard Wisdom and share this video with friends who appreciate learning from the past to thrive today.